Ray and I wrote this book for individual contributors, for people who are not necessarily in a management role, but they have to get work done through others and they don't have any authority over those folks. And they're required to get results using influence, using communication practices, encouraging collaboration, and essentially using their peer power to get the kind of outcomes that they need to see in the workplace. So we wanted it to be a good read, so it's full of great cases, great stories, great personal examples from my experience, from Ray's experience. And at the same time, we structured the book so it could be, as one person called it, a pocket coach. So you'll find when you pick it up that you'll be introduced to some of the mistakes that Ray and I have made, that we have courageously shared with you, although we were a little embarrassed about some of those examples. We've also identified 4 principles that really underlie effective interpersonal relationships. And so you can bring those principles into what you do. Be real, extend respect, take responsibility, build relationships are the 4 principles. And we've outlined the practices then that support each of those principles. So we want you to get a really good grounding in some of those foundational skills. Then we introduce 5 strategies. And these are strategies that you would bring into any situation in which there's tension or disagreement, or you're not getting the outcomes you expected. They're not really conflict resolution strategies so much as strategies that help you navigate some of the more difficult interpersonal situations that can come up at work. We've also created 9 case study chapters, and we've applied those principles and strategies in those situations, giving you scenario dialogues, examples of how you would approach that person with the goal of changing your behavior so that you can influence a better outcome. We took the approach that every person is worthy of respect, that your behavior has probably influenced what's happening in this difficult situation. So the strategies, the principles, and the practices that we're describing here, they're not magic, but they will usually elicit a change in that work relationship in a positive direction. We want you to have the feeling that we're right there next to you, coaching you through some of your most difficult situations. And there really is hope. You don't have to be at the mercy of people that seem to be doing things that are driving you crazy. You can start to influence positive changes and get the kind of results that you want.